Failure is not always a mistake. It may simply be the best one can do under the circumstances. The real mistake is to stop trying. B.F. Skinner. My friends, keep learning, keep trying, keep experimenting, keep improving each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes. Don't worry about how long this will take. It will take as long as it takes, and we will be here going forward. And don't worry, because once you do master the charts, it'll make up for all the time you ever spent. Let's see what's going on. Stocks are up for the day, along with gold. Bitcoin and bonds are down. Now, when I say stocks are up just a little bit, 0.11%, we can see as far as where we were this last week. The high was 524.61. This week, 524.38. So we're not quite as high as we were. We can see as we get to Wednesday, we're about halfway up to the average. Who knows what will happen at the end of the week? And again, I remind you guys always, when you see red volume, doesn't mean negative volume. It means that the latest candle means that this candle for the week starting the 1st of April opened lower than the prior close. That's all that means. But it's helpful to know that you're starting the week off that way. The candle's starting off that way. So what do we see on the 2-day? Sitting right there in the center of the weekly trend line. And we see on the half day where things moved down strongly on Tuesday in the morning, slowed down that downward movement in the afternoon, and then it's sort of riding up the trend line. So we'll see what's going to happen on Thursday and Friday. Are things going to roll over and crash and move down hard? Are we going to have a red candlestick? I don't know. It won't surprise me if this market just keeps chugging along. We have an election coming. You have the administration that does not want us to go into recession, doesn't want the stock market to crash. They can't allow any other bad news. So they'll do everything they can, pull every trick in the book along with their supporters to not let that happen. So we'll see. It could happen, but again, you've got a presidential year fighting against you and an administration that doesn't want it to occur. So we'll keep an eye on things. No promises when the election's over as to what will happen. Let's go on to the Qs and see where the NASDAQ 100 is. It is a spinning top, really a doji there. On the weekly chart, we can see where the 2-day is pushing through that trend line. Half day pushed through it yesterday morning, Tuesday morning strong, and hasn't made it above it yet. So again, the NASDAQ 100 is weaker than the S&P 500. If I sound a little stuffy, sorry, I'm under the weather a little bit. It was all I could do to get myself up and get this done for you and for me each and every day, unless literally I am in the hospital or on my way there. I will get this show done, and I hope your commitment will be just as strong. If you don't commit yourself to the market each and every day, you will not learn the nuances of what it is we practice. Now, let's look at where we are on 20-year bonds. 20-year bonds down just a smidgen today, 0.02%. See where it was down a lot more in the morning with lots of volume and then pulled up some in the afternoon to only be down just a little bit. But look how strong that red down candle is on the 2-day. And again, I wish we had a trend line that we could actually follow. It's not much of a trend line. It's fairly flat, but things are going down. So we'll continue to watch where bonds go. Maybe we'll have something reverse setup, give us some idea, some average volume here. You can see we've had virtually no volume. We don't trade with no volume because guess what? We're not in control. We don't know who's in control of the market. We're never in control, but it's nice to know who is. And when volumes like this, nobody is, or at least we don't know who is. Now, let's look at gold. Gold is up again. 0.88%. Isn't it beautiful? Boy, once gold really started to take off on the half-day chart around the 27th, it has just skyrocketed up. And again, another great strong look at all that volume on the 2-day candle. Look at all the volume this week. We're already above average, reaching a higher high. The high this week so far, 212. 83. Last week was 206.05. So absolutely beautiful. We are long gold. What about Bitcoin? Well, we look at HODL, that is the Bitcoin ETF that's managed by Van Eck Bitcoin Trust. It is down 0.12%. The 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin at this point in time is up 0.33%. But overall, what do we see here? Well, we saw where things blasted up that week. We've talked about it many times on the 11th. And then blew it off with a doji. Lots of indecision. Then pounded up some last week, not reaching the prior high. And then another doji this week below that trend line. Look at the 2-day heading down. Look at what happened yesterday. Not a whole lot going on today. So Bitcoin weakening. Now, what am I hoping for? I'm hoping this doji will go red and things will pull back nicely, reset, and then allow other folks who did not get in and weren't able to ride this latest gravy train up to get in and, again, have a successful practice trade. You can't get in too late. You just get hammered. You're being greedy and you're being stupid. That's where we are. So appreciate you being with us. Thanks for putting up with a bit of a nasally voice today, trying to keep this nose clear. God bless, my friends. All the best. Hope you are doing well. And again, don't hesitate to write us, CW@chartingwealth.com.